The students who come here, the parents are also taxpayers. And you rob Peter to pay John. Why? 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 Do you know the amount of people who come to me here?
Reverend Nana Ketu Obuadum V, the proprietor of Punks Senior High School, is obviously left devastated with the toll the implementation of the free senior high school is taking on an institution he built from the scratch. A school that used to admit over 400 first-year students is virtually on its knees.
There was a time you might think we cannot even accommodate 800. We used to be 800 here, and so on and so forth. But now, we are less than 100. Form 1 is 10. Form 2, 26. And Form 3, 74. Some of us contracted loans, and we are paying. So where do we get the money to pay the loans? Where no children are coming. All children are going to secondary school, provided you get your job box. You are going. So what do you expect us to do?
The current state of the school is not appealing. No sign of the once vibrant academic environment. The Faith Baptist Community Senior High School in Medina is also one of the numerous private second cycle schools bearing the brunt of the free senior high school program.
At the SHS level, we're close to 600, 700. When free SHS came in, what happened was that they absorbed even, let me say, the critical numbers we're taking. Usually the government has a cutoff point, so we take beyond the cutoff point. Now government now has opened up to almost 42. It means that the critical areas that we were always getting from has been taken away from us. As I speak to you, my Form 1s, I don't have up to 40.
Apart from the discouraging numbers, the school is now compelled to convert 4 of its classrooms to a reading room, home economics studio, science lab and a waiting room. The rippling effects are also taking a toll on employment at these schools.
It's unfortunate. We are using the 5,000 because if we should have about half of it collapsing, let's say out of the 250, even if you should even have 125 collapsing, it means that you are going to render about 5,000 people. And we are scared. When we talk of the 125, some have totally collapsed, like Jabez Senior High School of Central Region has collapsed. And when you step in the school and you see the kind of facilities they have, and you just ask yourself, and you see what is quite disheartening is that some such schools have facilities to the extent that we have some public schools that may sometimes even wish to have the facilities of these private schools.
You run a school based on the fact that, on the expectation you are going to get students, based on which you have your budget, you pay teachers. Now that the numbers are low, it's difficult. So teachers who, for some reasons, resign, we don't employ any new teacher.
With this number, how much are you going to collect as a fees to finance commitments?
One of the many teachers grappling with the situation is Victor, who teaches English language, one of the core subjects at the second cycle schools.
Sometimes at the end of the month, we will have to wait to about 10 days, 15 days into it, which we always make fun of, as we are being paid on 45th, we are being paid on 55th, which is a fun we'll be making of this. But that is a reality, because sometimes we also have to cope with our school managers. Some private school teachers are really losing their wives.
The free senior high school policy will enter its third year in September this year. The first year of its implementation in September 2017 during the 2017-2018 academic year saw a total of 361,771 students enrolled. 432,680 students were also enrolled on the program in the second year in September 2018 during the 2018-2019 academic year. The projected enrollment for the 2019-2020 academic year could be in excess of 530,000. On expenditure, government spent in 2017 480 million Ghana cedis for the first term in the 2017-2018 academic year.
Next year, we may hover around 50, 60, not too off, because the last year we're kind of mopping up the system. Students who did not pass the exams went back and did a reset, and they came back on track. And now the same number of students probably will be doing the same thing. So we may do over the growth in 2016, we may do about 60% growth in enrollment as we look at the coming year.
With this trend, it means if the program continues, then most private senior high schools may collapse, which will have effects on employment. Per the Ghana Education Service standard, a class should have pupils of about 40. Now, this is not the case across many private senior high schools. Why is this the case at these schools? Now, authorities have blamed the situation or the trend on the free senior high school policy. We are asking them, why were they not innovative in this competitive market to also have maintained their standard and also get students for admission?
Not that we are not being innovative. We also want to be, the only difference is that we are a private school. Otherwise, the curricula, we run the same curricula. And a large majority of them write the WASI. So, not the 12, which is for foreign courses and all, which some international schools run anyway. Some private schools do. Some of us also do it as an attach, maybe after school. Those who want to do those courses do, but we cannot run it as a mainstream because of the numbers that run such schools.
Many of them have folded up. St. Andrews, Asinfosu, and Mankasim. These schools are all turned into nursing training, pedicure and medical, fashion training schools, and so on and so forth.
What else can they do to stay in the game?
What I think private schools should do is for them to merge, come together, put their resources together. Some must acquire some must put them, 3, 4 should come together, put their resources together, and aim at providing elite education, aim at catching the top end of the market, the very top end, so that instead of people sending their awards to the UK, to Lincoln, to the US, to attend such class of schools, they will capture them here, make those provisions.
When you are running special curricula like SAT, TOEFL, GRE, GMAT, Cambridge, and A-level, these are not ordinary courses. Sorry for the ordinary Ghanaian as well. They are very expensive. So we are talking of even the mainstream examination, WASI, which is the cheapest you can have. You are still not getting people to pay. It is not affordable for the ordinary Ghanaian. Most of the people that used to come to private schools are rather, in most cases, the deprived ones. Those ones who attended public basic, who probably did not even receive the necessary attention and were not even posted at all. We ended up, those they call us scrap dealers. We bring them to our facilities. We still train them.
Though there are diverse ways of staying competitive, private senior high schools still are demanding government's partnership.
Last year, we absorbed 16 of the private schools into public schools. This year also, we will do the same. We have teams across looking at those who have actually applied that they want government to absorb them. And we are going through the requirements if they qualify.
Unfortunately, parents will feel insulted by us. They will tell us that you did not do a good job with my child at your public school. Now you are preventing him from coming to the public school at the senior high school level in the era of free senior high school. That is not an option.
Is it an issue of business or an issue of a social intervention policy? That's the conversation of the free senior high school policy. Well, government has assured the private senior high schools that it will, on a yearly basis, try and give them a quota of students to be admitted. We're hoping that this assurance will come to fruition. My name is Kojo Ajman reporting for Citi News.